Plus, right now, you can get free sport for 6 months. So take Super Rugby to amazing and call All-Star on 132342. Total minimum cost per starter only $516 for 12 months, including new standard residential install. End March 31st, not available in all areas.
At Kalana Pharmacy, they know your time is precious. They also know that illness doesn't always occur during working hours. So they offer pure convenience of longer opening hours for their customers. The Woodlands Pharmacy is open 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. 7 days. Kerwin
Seaview Hotel.
From 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. 7 days, and Aitkenvale Pharmacy is open from 8 a.m. till 10 p.m. 7 days, giving you plenty of time to feel alive, feel healthy, feel good. Kalana Pharmacy, Woodlands Shopping Centre, Thuringowa Drive, Kerwin, and Ross River Road, Aitkenvale.
Today's mission is search and retrieval. We need supplies, but not just any supplies. We need gluten-free products.
Oh, I'll get them, sir.
Next, we need kosher food.
Yeah.
Any takers?
I'll get them too.
Okay. Finally, we
Where's it coming from?
find South African
Not just the rain that we get.
No, that'd just be stormwater.
It could be risky.
Oh, good. I'll just go to Riverside Foodworks.
More than just everyday items. It's Riverside Foodworks for everything you need. Riverside Boulevard.
Guys, for all the hottest 100 tunes. I believe it kicks off at
banana prices peak after what happened with Cyclone Larry. Are you expecting similar price hikes after this cyclone?
Well, we're in the biggest banana producing area in Australia. This storm has been far wider in its reach than Cyclone Larry. I think it's probably taken out a bigger proportion of the banana industry. And from what I'm hearing, flattened a lot of that crop pretty well straight away. So the damage and the impact, I would think, would be reasonably immediate when it comes to supply. Of course, our supply demand thing kicks in, and what happens will obviously happen. But we saw what happened with Larry. I can't see that it'd be a lot different this time if the damage, as reported to me, is accurate.
Queensland Premier Anna Bligh says Innisfail, Tully, Silkwood, Mission Beach and Cardwell are the worst affected areas. She says there are many rural properties that will take time to access and then assess the damage.
ABC rural reporter Mary Good with that report. More now on the warnings received by people in the area, and emergency authorities had warned residents in Cardwell to get out before the cyclone hit. Not everyone, though, heeded those warnings. Keith Hall elected to stay. He thinks the evacuation advice should be less rigid.
There's quite a few rooftop houses. A couple of houses have been totally demolished. Power lines down everywhere.
Yes,
like the whole town has got power lines down. And along Marine Parade, the beach has been eroded by probably about 50 metres. And half of that beach has ended up in the front of the houses.
When the winds did hit, how did you feel?
Oh, secure. Where we weren't in our house. We were in a block place next door. And because our house is timber, and it's got lots of trees around it. And yeah,
See, I thought they said this was going to be all under.
Yeah, we were ready if it got that bad to dive into the bathroom, the smallest room or whatever. But no, we're right. As long as you're prepared for cyclone and you've got everything set up, you're pretty right. People that don't prepare properly and panic, that's where it all goes wrong.
And what did you do while it was going on?
Sat in an armchair, watched telly till the power went off, then turned the radio on. Just waited for it to go through and kept an eye out and saw through the window.
That sounds pretty alright though.
What's happening around, not that you can see much. And waited out. That's all you can do is I got it.
Have you got power back now?
I've got car. I can't see Cardwell having power for a couple of weeks, virtually. I've got a generator, we've got power. A lot of people in North Queensland are set up with gensets. Now they become self-sufficient.
We don't have a generator.
You say you're an electrician,
we can't afford that shit.
You're going to get a bit of work out of this, but...
you I'd assume so. I'm chasing it.
No. And do you think... are you starting to see people return from the shelters or from having gone inland a bit?
Well, they can't get back from inland. Most of them will be cut off by the rain. That's one reason we didn't leave. Because once the roads are made, which they all do in North Queensland, especially in the cyclone of that size, you're not going to get back until the road's clear. And then you've got the problem that the authorities might decide they don't want people back here, which personally I don't think they've got a right to do, but that's another issue, Sometimes they shut these places down and say, we're going to evacuate the whole town. Well, to me, if you're self-sufficient, you need to be here to do things. You've got to be here.
Did you feel like the authorities had been heavy-handed in the way they were treating people? Or?
I wouldn't say the authorities. The police are only working on their orders, but from the top level, they created a panic mode, telling us, statements that we're going to get a storm surge. From one station to 2 metres, then it was 8 metres. That's a knee-jerk reaction from what happened in Brisbane, I reckon. And they put the fear of God into some people. And I read it the way it was. You know, you look at the statistics and what there is and where we are, and you make your own judgment. You know, if they want people to evacuate, then they say, well, if you don't go,
you can get up
sign a
that high.
disclaimer. Well, why shouldn't if we go? Why shouldn't they sign a bit of paper saying if it goes wrong, if we evacuate to a town, then the cyclone follows it, we get wiped out there? Who takes responsibility for that?
You think that they were spooked, I suppose, by what happened in Brisbane?
Oh, they definitely were spooked. They definitely were, but when you manage a disaster, you've got to make the right decision. But we don't have anywhere to go as a
oh my God, the aircon's making my feet numb.
So some people actually went to Tully. You know, whenever you run from a cyclone, it will follow you. That's the problem. Sometimes